Aysville, we continue our KaiserOst series. And in the last episode, we know World War II ended. No, this war ended. The American War. Many nations were freed again, and many puppets were created. The Germans created a few puppets after the war before that. But at this point, the Arab pack starts claiming all Arabs as theirs. Which they decide, there's not many here, really. There's some here, but not many in this area. They decide they want to liberate the different lands. As it continues, this pact decides they want to liberate Egypt, the Libyan areas, the Turkish areas. As they claim Turkey is being forcefully a part of this alliance, is a claim of these guys. As nothing is really. As Russia decides they will join with the British as their government that was gave back to them after the war, likes Britain, and joins with Britain, along with Australia and New Zealand decide to join with them again. And Canada decides to be their friend again, believing they can get Greenland at another point. With more unfavorable is Japan claims a lot of their lands and is pretty friendly with the Germans. But in today's video, the the Muslim Alliance, or whatever I called it, that decides to declare war on the German-led alliance. And the full alliance is brought in. And then they get their puppets back in. And now this war has started. With them quickly capturing the Sinai Peninsula. And moving in. And they start moving into southern Turkey. In the Caucasus. And up into Dagestan. And a movement Kazakhstan makes is trying to connect with the rest of the front, and they also move into this area to better their chances of victory. And before there's much reaction, they land in Ethiopia. And they end up with something like this. And that's what they end up controlling. So not that bad. And they use another navy to land into Dutch East Indies. And they quickly move into the area as the colonial forces in this area aren't that strong, and they quickly get overrun. And then they move into German Papua, guess you can call it. And they claim that they're liberating countries. That's the claim of them, that they're liberators. So they land over here. And it looks like the Germans are in trouble. With these two fronts of the Caspian Sea being completely dominated by its enemies, and them moving up to the Black Sea, Turkey losing a lot of its eastern territories in Asia. They're not in a good spot. They're losing this war. And Britain and allies are starting to question joining this against the Germans to once and for all get a victory for what they had endured. But they continue in this war into the Egypt. And it continues in, Ethiopia. But it looks like the first few countries have fallen. Armenia, then Georgia fell. And they're moving into Ukrainian territories. In this region, they're slowly advancing through here. Looks much faster than it actually is. And they manage to overrun Cyprus and land in Egypt in the north. But once they have a certain amount, Egypt capitulates. And this is how much is left with them. And that's not exactly good. With them starting to move in even further. They're moving into northern Libya areas, with a lot of the troops leaving Anatolia, except Bulgarian and Turkish troops continue fighting in this area, simply because if they stop, they will have very bad chances of victory. But Turkey's already in trouble with Greek islands falling, so now support to get in can't really. And Turkey is now being just kept alive by Bulgaria for now. Bulgaria probably can't do much, but they certainly can help move into the Libyan colony, as they're not fighting. Wait, not Bulgaria, but the Muslim Pact basically is, as they manage to capture Libya. And, well, this is what their front line now looks like. I don't know why I don't just make it bigger and make it more interesting to watch, but they quickly move into this area. Turkey loses Ankara, as they basically had fun advances today. As they move towards Moscow, they already took out Volgograd and big chunks of Ukraine, with them getting to the capital of Moscow and encircling it and managing to take it, because a Russian puppet wasn't allowed to be too strong, and they managed to encircle many troops here, as this Russian puppet government wants to be freed. Well, Libya's falling, and, well, I forget what this German, Central Africa, I don't know. I guess it could be the Central Africa. As they're starting to have better advances in this area, as they're managing to get to a point where Germany can actually get troops too. So this is what it starts looking like. German-held territories and such on. With Hungary in trouble, because if they start getting invaded, they're not the most stable country. As they move in and finish taking Istanbul and move into Thrace. Bulgaria manages to hold it, but this is what it looks like as they start moving into Greece. With Germany starting conscription to try and handle this situation, which is not going well for them, with their puppets and a lot of their nations starting to fall. And while Britain's starting to not like them and thinking of joining, which they're finding out, France and allies are planning something. And Germany believes it may be because Britain's trying to take their colonies back. But it's also hard to tell what their motives are. With Ethiopia starting to have problems with different problems, they get pushed back quite a bit, quite significantly. And the Arab nations are calling this very successful. Japan offers help, but only if Germany after the war will give them German Papua. And Germany agrees, so Japanese support starts coming for them. With Ethiopia starting to collapse, and Germany is getting more and more troops in. With Ethiopia finally collapsing and Egypt collapsing, and then this is what they managed to move towards the Arab nations. With the British Pact deciding to do mobilization, which also happens throughout the Japanese Empire. And well, they move up here in a spearhead like this, which cuts this section off, making it surrender. And then they manage to move in and occupy the rest of the Russian puppet. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!